Woke up this morning, the sky was gray. Another storm, another endless day. Thought I was drowning in the deep, but something in me refused to sleep. Every tear, every fear made me stronger, brought me here. I'm right.
It's okay. Good morning, everyone.
Hi, everyone. Bonjour.
Bonjour, bonjour. Today we're going to have a class which is in both language, French and English. And we're supposed to learn how to write with our Sudowrite from start to finish. If any one of you knows, it's not something which is that simple to write a book in an hour or two from start to finish. But we'll do our best to give you all the tools that you need in understanding Sudowrite. That's why my class starts like a 101, finish as a 201, and sometimes a 301. But we're having fun. We are a small group, so that's why it's fun for us to do it this way. So we don't have to be too uptight. We just enjoy the ride and learn all together. So the first thing I'd like to know, I'm going to share my screen. And I'd like to know if everyone has the last version of Sudowrite. I'm going to start a new project. So
yes, I've got that.
So is that what you see when you open your Sudowrite?
Yes.
All of you? Mar, Dion?
Yes, I've got it, Manon.
Okay, perfect. So at least we're on the good, Dion. I got to check a bit the chat room. All right. So now that we are up to date, do you have words left? All of you have words in their program that they can work with? You can.
No. Je suis désolée.
Yes, I've got. Since my cycle just started, I do have a lot.
Yes, me too. I think the 11th is when mine starts up again.
All right. So Chris has none, Dion has some, Jen and Mar. How are you doing in words?
My mouse is.
I'm sorry, I just didn't get the question. So.
Okay, so est-ce que tu as combien de mots qui te restent, Mar?
I haven't checked. I'm going, but I didn't use a lot.
Yeah, I think a lot, about 16K words. I don't know. I don't have much left because I've been generating like crazy. And I think I have like about 30.
Yeah, I use only 10,000 on, so it's okay. I have a lot.
Okay. So tout le monde le sait que vos mots de votre subscription, ils renouvellent à chaque mois à votre date que vous avez signé pour, mais il n'y a pas de rollover. So quand vous arrivez proche de votre date ou la même journée, faites sûr que vous passez à travers vos mots. C'est le temps de vraiment là, pratiquer pour faire des choses un peu fous, mais ça aide à travailler puis pas perdre vos mots que de votre subscription. Moi, je les ai tous utilisés, mes mots de subscription hier au soir. J'étais à 0, donc c'est juste mes mots que j'ai achetés par-dessus qui me restent. Est-ce que je dois aller à travers tous les petits pitons en haut ou est-ce qu'on est confortable? Mar? Est-ce que tu es confortable à naviguer Sudowrite?
Yes, I am. I'm just in. The only difficulty I have is that it won't speak French very long with me. It always ends up switching to English.
OK. So, tu écris beaucoup en français?
Half, la moitié à peu près. Moitié français, moitié anglais.
OK. And how do you find the French when it comes out? Comment tu trouves
I think the English is better, but the French is okay.
It's okay. All right, I'm going to try to show you how to get you some good French. One thing that I realized, since they have the update done with the Story Bible, we have less control on our French language. Before, when we had Story Engine, it was easier to tell a Story Engine to write in French. Our beats were written in French, but since they got the Story Bible, that changed, and I don't know why. I asked them, but I haven't got an answer as yet. Everyone has the plugin? This one here?
Yes.
Good. So if you go in the plugin, is everyone saw that we have the multilingual plugins?
Yes.
Good. So those are the one that I wrote, most of them with the Canadian flag and the French flag side by side. I'm the one who wrote those plugins. And I did wrote a few more because we don't have access to our laser tool. So, and some of them you may not be able to see because they're not published, but most of them they are. So let me see here if I got all of them. I need to go in mine. So, écrire tous les sens, il n'y a pas l'air d'avoir été mis dans le plugin. So give me a second. I need to make sure you have access to all the plugin that I put down. That's it. So that one is published, so you have access. We should be, all right, so we should be there. So écrire 3 histoires en français, des histoires vraies, caractères et un résumé. Translating in French, but with fluid language. That one is not mine. It's someone who did this cowboy speech. That should not be in multi-language. In the wrong place. Écrire en français mon style. I think it's not that way. Okay. Chapitre 2, 3, 4. Commencer un chapitre avec la fin du précédent. Ça, c'est un peu comme le chapter glue that John wrote. Français, évaluer plus. Et si vous voulez évaluer ce que vous avez décrit, écrire une phrase. Ça, c'est quand... Français, une histoire fantastique, s'il vous plaît. OK, quand tu vas avoir une histoire fantastique écrite par Story Engine. Aventure pour enfants. Oh, donnez ça. Sorry, I have dogs and sometimes she's a bit nervous. So, where was I? Aventure pour enfants. Donc, ceux qui veulent écrire des histoires pour enfants. Une histoire que je veux écrire avec le genre, s'il vous plaît, donne-moi 3 histoires. Et cela, c'est réécrire en français. Cela, c'est German. Ça, il y a quelqu'un qui a écrit une chose en German. Dutch. German. Section. Peux-tu écrire des sections pour un chapitre bien structuré? Donc, c'est quand on veut restructurer nos sections, ce qu'on appelle les prose ou les beats. C'est avec ça qu'on peut les réécrire ou les mettre en catégorie plus pour avoir moins d'entourloupettes dans notre quand on écrit. Ici, c'est le fameux write des sens, la vue, l'écoute, le goût, tous ces trucs-là. Ça, c'est celui-là que ça, c'est vraiment le laser tool. Peut-être j'aurais peut-être mieux de mettre laser tool à côté, peut-être que le monde pourrait encore mieux comprendre. Ça, il est nouveau, je l'ai fait. Par contre, je ne suis pas capable d'enlever. Il n'y a pas de toggle sur celui-là. Il va donner tous les sens de ce que vous avez de highlighter. Comment on dit ça, highlighter en français? Souligner. Et puis, il va vous donner tous les sens de la phrase avec le petit laser tool ici. Réécris mon texte autrement. Donc, si vous avez un texte que vous avez écrit, que vous n'aimez pas, c'est mal écrit, ou vous dites, c'est pas le sens que je veux, vous cliquez ici, puis ça va réécrire le texte que vous avez souligné. C'est la sélection. I think j'en ai fait 2. Donc, il va y en avoir un qui fonctionne mieux que l'autre. Il va falloir que j'aille vérifier. Mais des fois, je suis fatiguée le soir. Je ne devrais peut-être pas faire des plugins quand je suis fatiguée. Peux-tu me dire ce qui suit? Donc, ici, à la fin d'un paragraphe, quand vous trouvez que ça ne fonctionne pas ou que vous n'avez plus d'idées, vous êtes en train d'écrire une histoire et ça ne fait pas de sens ou vous avez besoin d'une idée pour finir le chapitre ou le paragraphe, c'est ici qu'on clique pour savoir qu'est-ce qui va se passer après le curseur. Prends le texte que j'ai et réécrit avec des mots différents en gardant le même sens. Donc, il y en a un qui c'est réécrit autrement et l'autre, c'est réécrit mon texte avec le même sens. So, c'est celui-là, à mon avis, qui sera pas bon. Lui est bon. Ensuite, donne-moi des titres. Parce que je ne sais pas si vous êtes aperçus, mais depuis qu'ils ont changé le Sudowrite, avant, tout ce qu'on écrivait, il y avait un titre qui apparaissait. Maintenant, comment est-ce qu'il nous dit? C'est 1, 2, 3, là, il nous donne des projets. Et les titres ont comme disparu. Donc, vous pouvez souligner jusqu'à 5000 mots et demander à Sudowrite de vous donner des titres. Il va vous donner jusqu'à 5 titres pour l'histoire ou la partie que vous avez soulignée. Et il va vous donner des titres possibles pour votre histoire. Est-ce qu'il y en a qui utilisent Scrivener? Quand vous mettez votre livre tout ensemble, quel programme vous utilisez? Scrivener, Words, Vellum? En tout cas, ceux qui utilisent Scrivener, ils peuvent souligner une partie de leur histoire et Sudowrite va lui donner les caractères qu'on peut ensuite mettre dans Scrivener. Puis Scrivener, il y a une section physique, mentale, en tout cas, tout séparé. Donc, ça ici, c'est ça que ça fait. Donc, c'est là que sont vos choses en français, vos plugins en français. Si je vais dans le mien directement, Under Construction, Aventure pour enfants. Donc, ils sont presque tous available pour vous autres à aller chercher. OK, on va commencer une histoire. Est-ce qu'il y a quelqu'un qui est en train de travailler sur une histoire? Someone is working on one story and they like to have it developed together. Est-ce qu'il y a quelqu'un qui travaille sur une histoire qui aimerait la développer ensemble? Ou on commence avec un plugin pour demande à Sudowrite de nous sortir une histoire? Plugin, discovering, not here. Qu'est-ce que tu veux dire par là, Mar, dans le dialogue, tu dis not here.
No, I just don't use Scrivener. That was an answer. And I'm really too shy to share a story, so plugin will be fine.
Okay. Jen, Dion, Chris?
Sorry.
That's
oh my goodness, I have no knowledge of French at all.
That's okay. That's okay. So, Mar, est-ce que tu veux qu'on fasse une histoire en français ou en anglais?
Moi, je préférerais en français parce que l'anglais, j'y arrive bien déjà.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to use my little plugin. So I'm going to ask to write 3 stories in French for me. I don't give him anything. He's just going to use a bit of what he knows about me because the AI learn about you as you write. So if you write stuff on children or stuff on adult or stuff in the sex context, Sudowrite kind of having a bit of back memory of what you're using and is going to give you normally something along the line. So he give me 3 stories. We're going to bring them in. And he knows I like mystery. So une île mystérieuse. Au large des côtes, une petite île se dressait majestueusement dans l'océan. Personne ne savait qui s'y trouvait, car elle était enveloppée d'un épais brouillard qui rendait invisible aux yeux des marins. OK. La prochaine histoire, c'est le vieux manoir hanté. Perché sur une colline isolée se trouvait un vieux manoir abandonné depuis des décennies. Les habitants du village voisin racontaient des histoires terrifiantes sur ce lieu maudit où se seraient déroulés des événements tragiques. Les murs fissurés, c'est pas mal. Ensuite, le dernier, c'est le voyage dans le temps. Un soir pluvieux, alors qu'il était chez lui, un jeune scientifique trouva par hasard une machine à remonter le temps cachée dans son grenier. Okay, so which one you guys like to have developed here? They have 3 very interesting stories, actually. So one on the island, one is a manoir, and the other one is a travel in time. First one. Jen, Dion, Chris. One.
So I have a question, Manon, because like if I want to, because of course I normally speak just English and no French, but I do want to go ahead and one day transfer my story from English to French.
Yes.
So in this, is there, what am I saying? How do I go about doing that, ensuring that what I'm actually seeing in French is perfect for what I'm getting from English, especially somebody who does not speak, like who doesn't speak French?
That's where my plugins comes in the play, because if you write in English and you ask to be translated in French, you're going to have something which is, I don't know what word to use for it. But look, a very nice story is going to sound more like a third grade children kind of story, translate word for words. So,
okay.
So that's why the plugin I did, I don't want Story Engine or Sudowrite to translate. I want Sudowrite to write like he's writing in English.
I see. Okay.
Like any story, anything you do, it's always convenient to have your alpha and beta reader or someone who can actually read French and give you good feedback. The same thing when you write a book in English or in any language, you need someone to read it, normally more than one, to give you feedback on the story.
Yes. Okay. Makes sense. Thank you.
You're welcome. So we'll go with the first one here. We're going to go with the Mysterious Island. And I'm going to bring it to my story Bible, or we can ask Story Engine to give us a first draft of it. So there's many ways you can go about it. So if you go in first draft, as you can see, first draft is not like it used to be before. It doesn't show up right away. You have to go in the plugin, and you have to go in the bottom, and you have to go find the first draft right here. You click on it. And what we just got as a small brain dump, I put it in first draft. So we don't have a whole lot of word, but it can start with a good story for us. So let's go with first draft and see what it's going to give us. So that's one way you can go about it. If you have any question or anything you'd like to try in the same time, you let me know. We're here to learn all together, so. And our nice sparkle here. Is everyone can read? It's big enough.
Manon, I noticed that it put the word determined, and it usually does a lot of determined persons, even in English. Do you leave that in French, or do you take it out?
What do you mean by determined person?
Oh, just the first, I think the first paragraph, qui est déterminé et découvrir so he was determined to discover the mysteries of the mysterious island. I don't like how it sounds, actually.
Okay.
Sounds good in French.
Yeah.
It sounds good in French, and when I translate it in my head, it doesn't sound
what's most I think what is most bizarre is the use of adjectives. Un navigateur audacieux sur l'île mystérieuse qui se dressait majestueusement. That's a lot. That's really a lot.
It's a lot of description of that adjective, yes. This is the first draft, so it's only giving you an idea of the story. So I'm going to read it quickly. So, il était une fois un navigateur audacieux qui déterminé à découvrir les mystères de l'île mystérieuse qui se dressait majestueusement au large des côtes. Il assembla une équipe d'intrépides aventuriers et se mit en route pour l'île. Le voyage s'annonçait long et dangereux, mais il était déterminé à aller jusqu'au bout. Alors qu'il naviguait sur les flots de l'océan, le brouillard s'épaississait et l'enveloppait l'île d'un voile impénétrable. Lorsqu'il approchèrent de l'île, les aventuriers purent constater que le brouillard était si épais qu'ils ne pouvaient même pas apercevoir les côtes. Le navire avançait doucement à travers le brouillard, à la recherche de la terre promise. Alors que la nuit tombait, le brouillard s'éclaircit et leurs yeux s'émerveillèrent devant le spectacle qui s'offrait à eux. La petite île, surnommée l'île mystérieuse, OK, that's a funny way to say that here. OK. Les aventuriers s'exclamèrent devant la beauté de l'île. Ils étaient émerveillés par ses plages immaculées, ses collines verdoyantes et ses montagnes escarpées qui se dressaient majestueusement. Ils se rapprochèrent encore un peu plus et purent remarquer que l'île abondait en végétation et en animaux sauvages. Le ciel était dégagé et le soleil inondait l'île de sa lumière. Tout à coup, un bruit sourd se fit entendre. C'était la bête féroce qui se dressait sur le sommet de la plus haute montagne. Elle lança un puissant rugissement qui résonnait à travers l'île, angoissant les aventuriers. Désolé. Ils se regardèrent tous profondément. L'inquiétude et la peur se lisaient sur leur visage. The French is a bit cut off. It doesn't have a super beautiful flow in first draft. So let's keep going. Puis sur leur visage. Puis leur capitaine prit la parole et déclara: si nous voulons découvrir les secrets de cette île, il nous faut aller plus loin. Je propose que nous accostions et que nous partions à l'aventure. Les aventuriers hésitèrent un instant, mais ils finirent par hocher la tête en un signe d'assentiment et le navire mit le cap sur la plage de l'île. Lorsqu'ils arrivèrent à la plage, les aventuriers ne purent s'empêcher d'être intrigués par ce qu'ils voyaient. La plage était parsemée de nombreux rochers et de coquillages qui brillaient sous le rayon du soleil. Au loin, ils pouvaient apercevoir des grottes, des falaises, des ruines. Ils débarquèrent et se dirigèrent vers les ruines. Ils semblaient attiser leur curiosité. Alors qu'ils s'approchaient des ruines, les aventuriers remarquèrent que l'entrée était bloquée par des pierres et des branches secouées par le vent. Je ne vois pas d'autre moyen d'accéder à l'intérieur de la ruine, constata le capitaine. Alors, un marin fit une suggestion. Nous pouvons essayer d'enlever ces pierres pour pouvoir entrer. Et l'idée fut acceptée. Les aventuriers s'attaquèrent à la tâche et travaillèrent pendant plusieurs heures pour dégager l'entrée de la ruine. Finalement, alors que la nuit tombait, ils réussirent à ouvrir l'accès à la ruine. Ils y étaient sur le point pour d'y pénétrer dans les profondeurs de la mystère de l'île. Okay. So, first draft gave us a very short idea that they arrive on that island. They find that it's a beautiful island, but there's something on top of the highest hill or mountain that war. That's a beast of some kind and give them the chill and all that. But they decided to accost to the island anyway. And then when they get there, they find there's big rocks, seashells, caves, and ruins. Yeah. And then they are very attracted by the ruins. So they decided that they're going to the ruins and they find out that the entrance is blocked by big rocks and branches that are moved by the wind. But they decided to take all that stuff off so they can access the ruin. And that's where they are. They are at the end here that say that they're going to, after that, enter the whole place. But the night falls, so it's dark now. So this is one part of the story that can be interesting. Now, remember, we have our part here, which was the start of our story, which seems to be telling us about the same thing, the cascade crystalline, historien des animaux exotiques. See, our first one is a bit different. There's the island, they are adventurous, and they want to find the mystery on the island. Once they are in place, they find the place very enchantress. They have water cascade. There's a lot of exotic animals. With they even talk about the fur, mais au fur et à mesure, not the first, sorry. Au fur et à mesure, l'exploration réalisa que l'île renfermait également des dangers soupçonnés. So, there's creature and it's going to be a big adventure again here. Then there's treasure with in a big treasure. So, see that from this story here that they give us in the first place to the second one that they give us here in first draft, they kind of transfer a bit. It's the same tone of story, but with different things going on. Now, if we don't like this one, we can ask to redo it again, or we can go here in Canvas. Everyone is know about Canvas? Anyone who works with Canvas?
Yes.
Good. So I'm going to get this a bit smaller. So I think our story would go very well with the journey, the hero's journey, or we can use the Hollywood beat story circle. That's definitely not a romance. So we'll go with the hero's journey and let someone else like to try something else. We good? Looks good size-wise, a little, but not too much. I translate with Claude AI, who is excellent in this both ways. Good. I use Claude too, but I don't always like the way it translates. So here we have another way to do an outline and see how the story can go. So we can take again our little start of our story, our little brain dump, and we can put it in our outline here in Canvas and see what it's going to give us. Remember we did with first draft. Now we're going to ask with Canvas what it can do. We're going to generate a different story. Everyone knows that if you bring your own story and decide to fill up these little boxes yourself, you cannot go back up here and click generate a story, because if you do that, it's going to overwrite everything that you wrote already in first draft in the Canvas in your first generation, or what you wrote by yourself. All right, so here give us our heroes. The daring explorer is ready to set sail to the calm shore. The home, they embark on a journey. So they just embark on a journey. The call for the adventure. As the ship draw nearest to the island, the explorer feel the strange new power. This one is, they feel a new power to the place. Not sure if it's a Mac thing, because some people with Windows seems to have an easier way to move those boxes. Don't know if that's a Mac thing that we have, that it's not always easy to get our mouse to move those boxes.
Hey, Manon, were you able to do the outline in French before? I forgot if it worked. I think you tried it, but I don't remember.
Oh my goodness, you're right. It's in English. Thank you. You have both sometime. Okay, she's right. It's in English. Thank you. Sometimes you have to let me know. I'm so used to move between the two languages. Sometimes I don't even see. But I don't want to waste my words. I'm going to copy this. If anyone knows how to copy, we just go on the three dots here, copy to clipboard. I'm going to bring it to Sudowrite and I'm going to look at it later on, but I want to keep it anyway. So I'm going to get a new document so I can save all my words and bring it here. It's all messed up. LZ. Oh, no. Here we go. So I have all my little boxes that I brought from Canvas. Okay, we're going to go back in Canvas and ask if you can do it in French for us. Thank you, Chris. So here the way to get it to, the way to do it and get us the language that we want, and hopefully the AI got up on the right side of the bed this morning. So I'm going to say write all output in French. And you put it in the square bracket like that. And hopefully it's going to say, oh, okay, she wants everything in French. And we're going to ask again here, generate. I'm going to ask you if you, the chat doesn't show up for us when we have the Zoom open for us, we don't see the chat. So if you see something, unmute and let me know right away. Because the chat only have a little bubble on top and just show a number when someone puts something in it. So I don't always have the, I can not always see it quickly. Okay, now it's in French. Huh. That's a funny part here. Just finish lorsqu'il. Okay, so again, let's try again. Sur l'aventurier audacieux, les questions étaient célèbres explorateurs saturés de légendaires. Continue. Un jour, alors qu'il contemplait l'océan d'un regard mélancolique, il entendit une voix dans sa tête qui lui disait. La voix lui demandait de traverser les flots à bord d'un navire et de naviguer vers une île mystérieuse qui l'attendait. L'aventurier était réticent à l'idée de quitter son confort et de s'embarquer dans une telle quête, mais il part. Ensuite, the refusal of the call. Malgré l'attraction qu'il ressentait vers l'île, l'aventurier refusa de se lancer à l'aventure. Il avait peur d'échouer et de perdre la vie dans ses recherches. OK. Il rencontre the meeting of the mentor. Un vieil ami et un menteur de l'aventurier réapparut dans sa vie. À la surprise de celui-ci, l'encouragea à partir à la recherche de l'île mystérieuse. OK. Crossing the threshold. Les titres sont en anglais, mais le reste en français. Après avoir accepté le défi de l'aventure, se prépara à embarquer à bord du navire. OK, now he's preparing to go. À mesure que l'équipe de l'exploitation de l'île furent confrontées à de nombreux tests et challenges. Ils rencontrèrent des créatures hostiles et sauvages, mais ils étaient aussi bienveillants. Où est-ce qu'ils sont rendus? Sont-ils rendus sur l'île déjà? Après avoir accepté le défi, les aventuriers conclurent le navire conduire jusqu'à l'île. Une fois en mer, le brouillard s'épaississait, une terre verdoyante. Okay, so on number 5 here, they arrive at the island already. Then here it says they are meeting adventure and animals and creatures. Here they find a cave. En explorant l'île, l'équipe trouva une caverne au fond de laquelle se trouvait un trésor inestimable. So they found a treasure inside that cave. Au plus profond de la caverne, l'aventurier dut affronter une créature maléfique et titanesque. C'est ce que ça fait du sens ici. Au fond de laquelle il trouvait un trésor inestimable. Ils se devaient affronter leur plus grande épreuve et que l'aventurier devait se préparer pour combattre. That's a bit small here. I'm having a hard time to read that. Okay. Is that better for you guys?
Looks good.
Good. Affronter une grande épreuve, il était préparé pour combattre l'avenir. L'aventurier entra dans un état de méditation profonde et accepta le défi que se... I'm not sure I like that card. It seems a bit mixed up here. Because exploring the island, they found a cave. And they said there's a big treasure inside the cave. But they have to face challenges. They have to get prepared for the battle. But then here he goes in the meditation state to accept the battle or the the challenge. And here at the bottom of the cave, they are face to face with malefic creature, big one. And they are battling. Something here is not right. Does that make sense to you guys? Yeah, guys, you're very quiet.
No, it's weird. It's like the second adventure is beginning and we already have one and the first one is lost.
Yeah. So we're going to ask for a different things. I'm going to ask to generate 2 different cards to make more sense. Yeah, and they give them in English. So again, that little magic sentence that we have at the start here, we're going to go get it. And that's the one thing I asked them. It says at some point you got to make a small button which transfer everything into a different language, because we know the AI can do it. So all the cards give me here that are all in English. I'm going to get them a bit farther away without getting them out. So I'm going to come on. Give me just a small second. I want to move them out of the way. Move. Okay, finally. It's so not fun when he does that. All right, skip my words. Come back here and ask for 3 more one, but in French this time. Ok. En découvrant l'île, l'équipe tomba sur l'antre de la créature maléfique. Son repère était impénétrable et cerné de dangers à tous les coins, mais après avoir navigué à travers les terres hostiles et les obstacles mortels, ils arrivèrent à l'entrée de Londres. I think that's a bit better than the other one. Vaincre la créature à l'intérieur et récupérer le trésor qui s'y cachait. That make more sense than this one here, right? L'équipe explorait, découvrit une ancienne grotte située à l'extrémité du sud de l'île où se cachait le plus grand trésor jamais vu. Lorsqu'ils dirigèrent vers cet endroit, ils rencontrèrent la créature ancienne et puissante avait été chargée de veiller sur le trésor. La créature attaqua l'équipe qui se prépara pour combattre pour s'en sortir. L'aventurier et les compagnons avaient alors vaincre cette puissante gigante titanesque afin d'accéder au trésor dans la grotte. Guidés par la carte des indices fournis par leurs alliés, there was no allié before, so that one makes no sense. So we have between 1 and 2. So which one you prefer, 1 or 2? Chris has the thumbs up. Which one, number 1 or number 2 in the cards to replace this one here?
Well, they were already in a cave. Were they near a cave? What about, where is this grotto, which is far? It seems like it's far away. I don't know.
Here they're walking through the island to discover the cave. So here they work through the island, and here they are at the entrance of the cave. And here they're exploring they keep explore une grotte. So both of them, they arrive at the cave. So they basically here they got through the island and they arrive at the cave. So one is they're kind of very, very similar. What do you think?
Me too.
2?
Yeah.
All right.
That's what everybody else say?
I'm going to try to replace that.
Dion said two. Oh,
Two? Yeah. All right, so we changed that card. Today works with me, most of it. So we have that. So they're going to enter the cave to fight that creature. So, au plus profond de la caverne, les aventuriers dû affronter une créature maléfique, gigantesque qui lutta de toutes ses forces, mais finit par succomber. So, les aventuriers, ce compagnon, devaient alors vaincre cette puissante titanesque afin d'accéder au trésor. Okay, so basically, they know they have to fight. Here, they seem to say that they're going to. Let's see if we can get this one too, generating more cards and not forget our little. Write all in French, generate 3 more. So, and you know that the AI is reading a bit what's happened here. So normally when it does generate, it has a bit more follow-up of the story. Okay, so now that we know that from here, let's move this one here so we can see a bit. They are inside, they're facing the creature. And here, lorsqu'ils avançaient dans les profondeurs de la grotte, l'équipe explorée fut confrontée avec l'armée d'un gardien immortel. Oh, now there's an army here. Les explorateurs se préparaient à la battre, mais le roi dévoila finalement le trésor. Okay, that makes no sense. That doesn't work with our story. Au plus profond de la caverne, les aventuriers et ses compagnons confrontèrent un essaim de guerriers de pierre. Okay, so maybe they have something before they get to the big monster. Les aventuriers faced. Huh? He went from French and the last one is in English.
bizarre.
Bizarre. We have a a mystery here. Okay, so I like that one. They are meeting an army of guerriers made of rocks. La flamme envoyait les morceaux de pierre. Les aventuriers étaient prêts toutes pour protéger la vie de celle de ses compagnons après les. Leur victoire fut grandiose, échangée. Le vieux dragon de l'île leur donna un trésor inestimable. So, I guess the dragon will be the monster in this one. I like number 2 because that's the only one who makes sense. We could ask more, but no, we cannot stay here forever either. Come on. Just give me my card. Why? There we go. Want to give it to me on there. Supposed to give it to me. Not giving it to me easy. So let's see. I'm going to delete that. I don't like it. That one has nothing to do. That's the only one you can deal with. So give it to me, please. Earlier it did. So why it's not doing it now? Going to have to deal a different way on that one. It doesn't want to switch it. Am I doing something wrong here?
No, you did the same thing. You're doing the right thing. You're hovering over it. It's supposed to just go in there. I don't know why it's not.
Yeah, I don't know either. Okay, so we're going to keep going and I'm going to come back and get this one. It's part number 8. We come back and get this one. Ils font sauver par le temps, les compagnons réussirent à vaincre la créature. We may have a bit of work to do when we get at the other end, but I'm going to not stay here forever. So I'm going to copy this because we're already at 46 minutes in. I'm going to copy in and I'm going to come back and get this card after. So I'm going to bring this outline into our project. I'm going to add new again. Okay, so we have our mysterious part 1. Ta-da. I'm going to go get my part 9 to replace it because copy back here. Going to our section 9 to replace that part. All right, then we have part 10. Okay, so we have part of our story here, which makes sense. How many words do we have total here? Oh, that's my tools. They haven't fixed that yet. So you see, when we lose our tools on top, it's a little glitch that they have in Sudowrite, which they try to fix. They always say it's fixed, but it's not. So I'm going to refresh to get my tool back, so I can see my words here. Select all. So we have 973 words in our outline that we just did, and we have a very bizarre ending of part 12. So story engine or story Bible is going to have a bit of work. So let's take this and let's get this developed in our story Bible. I'm going to take all of it and put it in my brain dump. He didn't do it, is it? He just did. Stasi. Delete. Go back up. I want all of it. So copy. V. What's wrong? You only take the part 9. Again, let's take all of it. We don't have the copy button up here. That's something too. We're asking them to give us back the title. That title either you cannot highlight it and get everything in one shot. So there's a few things which still have a bit of work. So copy. B. There we go. Now we have 9. Going to go get my title or leave it there. Okay. Okay, so we have our brain dump. So we have, in our brain dump is our outline that we got in Canvas. And we have here that part 12, which make no sense because you just finished with logiciel. So you didn't even finish the story. So, avant de partir, les aventuriers décidèrent de partager sa récompense avec ses compagnons et de leur offrir des cadeaux pour remercier leur effort. Il réalisa alors à quel point sa quête était permis de développer les capacités à partager avec et à aimer. Retour with the elixir, logiciel. So something is missing here. So let's try our little what comes after in our plugin, because it didn't finish, but we're going to ask it to finish it for us here. So remplir de détails. Tell me what comes after. Oh, he won't do it. Oh, yeah, it's going to. Okay, good. So it's taking the after logiciel, as you can see here, and it's doing. So let's see if we can insert that. They won't. I'm sorry. They don't do it inside this, but he's going to do it. Oh, he did it up here. He took everything off. So he took the rest of my outline and replaced it. So I'm going to go back here, but this I can copy because I don't want to lose anything. You see, that's a bit what it is when you write in a different language. You want everything to stay in one place, so you have always access to all of it. I'll put that there. So what I ask it to do after logiciel, you can see here, il continue. So, on va enlever le petit ici. Oh, come on. What happened again? Is Story Engine's having some fun with me this morning? He's deleting stuff, it's going all over the place. Yeah, good. Let's copy that part again. Ah,
It's not in a good mood.
he's not in a good mood, no. There we go.
Manon, could you check part 8 again? I
Okay.
remember, is it 8 or 7 that was giving problems to get in during Canvas?
Number 9.
Oh, 9. Okay.
So that one here.
Okay.
And I'm pretty sure we got it fixed. Le plus profond de la caverne, les aventuriers. That's when you get, see, they got the rock soldier. All right, so we have our brain dump, which is a full outline. We have 1,416 words. We have our little magic sentence to write all in French. We don't know the genre yet, so do I have the plugin for the genre? Because that would be, let's see, or you can add the genre into, what do you use when you have a story and you want to know the genre? Personally.
Chat.
Yeah, ChatGPT. So my ChatGPT may be a bit different than yours. Mine has that part here where I can transfer everything in French. I'm going to ask ChatGPT, I'm going to put the whole outline in there and ask him what is the genre. Let's see if he's going to do it or he's going to tell me I use too many words. So, le genre de cette histoire est une aventure avec des éléments de fantaisie. C'est une quête équipe qui mène. So, aventure, fantaisie. Est-ce qu'on voit autre chose là-dedans? Le récit, lui, parcourir, refus de l'appel, recommencer. Les étranges objets magiques, courage et fraternité et générosité. Donc, on va aller avec aventure avec des éléments de fantaisie. S'il y a autre chose que vous pensez à mettre dedans, if there's anything else you think we should put down, let me know. And again, I find out that with the New Story Bible, this little sentence have to be put everywhere. Okay, so we have the genre, and we know he's not going to do anything with style when we ask for the synopsis. The synopsis is using just the brain dump. So we're going to ask for a synopsis of our story, which seems a bit going backwards a bit because we already have a synopsis when we did the first draft. Yes, Dion?
Hi, Manon.
Yes.
Did you not want to put the part about history in the genre?
History?
Yeah, because it just says, you know, an adventure with fantastical elements or fantasy elements. But I noticed that chat had mentioned history also.
Because history would be more reference to the fact that it's something which happened for real.
Okay.
And it's not a real story, it's a fiction story.
Okay.
I can be wrong, but that's what I'm thinking is going to do. If I put history, then it's going to try to figure out real things from the real world.
Yeah, that makes sense. So we think real history.
Yeah. So here give us a small synopsis, 595. It's not that small. He got it seems like he did a pretty good synopsis au large des côtes, une petite île mystérieuse, bien qu'il soit le récit quitté, les s'embarquer, so okay. He's following the outline that we give already. découvrent une ancienne grotte. Au plus profond de la caverne, les aventuriers doivent affronter des créatures maléfiques et titanesques. L'équipe des exploreurs rentre chez eux chargée d'un trésor inestimable. Avant de partir, les aventuriers décident de partager leurs récompenses. So that one is everyone go home happy, huh? It's really that happy ending that we all know that Story Engine likes to do, or Sudowrite, or the AI. So everyone knows that if you do a story that you don't want to finish well, you have to tell it that not everyone make it. I'm not, I never used that one, but I know that Nicole and other people use a lot of that, saying that not everyone make it and people dies in their story. So it's something for the next time, maybe if someone wants to add it or know how to work with it, you can let me know. Let's see if we can get some character. And we have our little sentence here, another synopsis, because our character is going to go get in the synopsis. So you have to have that little sentence in the synopsis. If not, it won't give you your character in French. Doesn't mean it's going to give it to you in French. You may have to get it to generate and ask after that to generate in French. So let's see who's going to give it in French. Yeah. Léonard Dubois, un explorateur célèbre et légendaire. Léonard est un homme d'âge mûr avec des cheveux grisonnants et une barbe bien taillée. Il est courageux, intelligent et déterminé. Cependant, il est également prudent et réticent à se lancer dans une aventure inconnue. Émilie, oh, il y a une femme. Émilie Lefebvre, une jeune femme audacieuse et intrépide. Émilie est une exploratrice passionnée. Sorry. Elle a des cheveux bouclés bruns et des grands yeux verts qui reflètent sa curiosité et son enthousiasme pour la vie. Théophile Marchand, un homme d'âge moyen avec une barbe épaisse et des cheveux bruns désordonnés. Théophile est un ancien soldat qui a rejoint l'équipe d'explorateurs. Aurore Delacroix, I haven't heard that name in a long time, Aurore. Une spécialiste en botanique. Aurore est une femme calme et réfléchie avec des cheveux châtains et des yeux bleus perçants. Aha, we have the piercing blue eyes in French. That's the first time I see that. Elle possède une vaste connaissance dans la flore et de la nature, ce qui est essentiel pour survivre de l'équipe sur l'île. Sorry. Maximilien. That too, it's a name I haven't seen in a long time. Cartographe talentueux, Maximilien est un homme mince et grand avec des lunettes rondes et des cheveux noirs. Il est méthodique et organisé. Antagoniste, non inconnu, une créature ancienne et mystérieuse qui protège le trésor caché sur l'île. Cette créature est puissante et redoutable. Possédant une des grandes capacités surnaturelles qui menace l'équipe d'explorateurs. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Être bienveillant, non inconnu. Des créatures mystery. So we have more here, but they have, that's in plural, so there's many of them. A bit like the sub character that we have in English. So what do you think about the character? Are we good? Histoire, story. Chris, the histoire for in French is more along the line that what we learn at school when we go to history. So
like true history.
True history.
True story.
How do you say that in French when we just write a story, an histoire? See, it's really the meaning of a sentence, but if it's alone like that, that will not mean the same thing.
Yeah.
All right, so we have this all in French. I like the character he gave us. He actually, when I'm reading the character list that he gave us, also give me the impression that it's not like in the time of the pirate and things like that, because one of them has glasses, one is a cartographic, one is a specialist, and there's women in it. We all know that in the past they didn't have a lot of women on ship because it was unwell seen. It was how do we say that? Malefic, or it was unlucky for them to have a woman on board of a ship. Okay, so we're going to ask for an outline. So we could go under novel, or the hero's journey, the Hollywood beat, story circle, or romantic. We know it's not a romance, it's an adventure. So which one do you think we should try? The novel, the hero, or the... We have between the four here. Which one you want to try? Histoire is histoire with capital, histoire, story. Okay, merci, Mar. So which one we use for our outline? I need someone to say it.
I think we're going with hero's journey, aren't we?
So the same one that we did with the canvas?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yep, that's the one we use for Canva, the hero's journey.
Yeah, I think that's a good one because it's kind of an adventure. Unless you like Hollywood beats, but I like heroes.
All right, let's try the hero's journey. Let's generate our outline, everything it says. Let's see if it's going to give it to us in French too. Le monde ordinaire, Léonard Dubois, un explorateur légendaire, mène une vie paisible. Il est reconnu pour son courage, son intelligence et sa prudence. Il passe des journées à raconter ses exploits passés, à profiter de son confort. Numéro 2. Alors que Léonard se repose chez lui, il entend une voix mystérieuse dans sa tête. Bon. Il l'appelle à partir à l'encontre d'une île inconnue et dangereuse. Il est intrigué, mais hésite à quitter sa vie tranquille. 3. L'appel. Those are very short outline. But I find out lately that even with short things, you can get very, very big prose. Let's see what it's going to give us. L'appel à l'aventure, la voix insiste. Donc, you keep listening, hearing that voice in his head that say you have to go and find that treasure. He's having doubts. So he's putting a team together. And that's where he's putting Émilie and his team, Théophile Marchand, Aurore Lacroix, et Maximilien Lambert. Maximilien wasn't there. Oh yeah, was there. Pour former son équipe ensemble, ils planifient leur expédition vers l'île mystérieuse. Le refus de l'appel. Léonard est tenté par le souvenir d'une aventure passée au cours dans laquelle il a perdu des amis. So he had a bad adventure and he's not sure if he wants to go because he doesn't want to lose more people. Malgré ses craintes, Léonard décide finalement de se lancer à l'aventure. So he decides to go. Next, the conflict part is rencontrer le mentor. Durant leur voyage en mer, l'équipe rencontre un vieil homme qui leur donne des conseils précieux. Oh, I wonder how they're going to meet that guy. They're on the boat, but they're going to meet someone, an old guy. That's going to be interesting to see what it's going to do with chapter 7. We might actually do chapter 1, 7, and the last one to see from start, middle, and finish what we're going to get. That is something that I like to know from you guys. When you do something like that, if it's not a story that you already have in your mind, and you says, okay, today I'm going to see what Sudowrite or ChatGPT is going to give me, how do you deal with that? How do you deal to learn how to navigate your story and be because ChatGPT and Sudowrite is your helper. So how do you go about finding the way to finish your story?
If I like this change that they made, I keep it. But if I don't, I just go with my own, change it back to the way I like it. I mean, I think you have to keep your eye on it always just to make sure it's something you really like. But sometimes it comes up with good ideas. So yeah. I don't like to say, oh, I'll just stick to my own. always, sometimes, yes.
Sounds
Then,
great.
yeah.
Thank you, Chris. Mar?
Same here. I will rewrite over if I don't like it, but I love brainstorming with AI. That's what I love most, actually, is brainstorming more than writing.
Good. Perfect.
Same. Mhm.
Oh, what's happening here? That's the first time that is restart in the middle of something. Did we got everything done? Synopsis, caractère. All right, so we have our outline. 24 chapter, l'histoire se termine sur un sentiment d'accomplissement. So he follows everything that we have from the start. And we do know that he's at home, he's getting the team together. Then they embark with his team. Then they go to the adventure, they fight, they got the treasure, they split and they go home. So we have a full story. Write all the output in French. Now that's where normally things doesn't go as planned, is when it gets to the, and I cannot get the bottom of my page because the thing is on top. Here you can see, because everything is written in French, we don't have access to our chapter. So we have to go here, and if you don't know exactly how to do it, go on the integration point, and you have to follow the Act 1, Chapter 1. So we have to go back here and do exactly the same thing. So Act 1, but we have to change chapter. Au lieu de chapitre, we have to put Chapter 1. And you go the same thing with all the other chapter. And if you know how I deal with my story, you know that I like to only use one chapter at a time, so that Sudowrite doesn't give more information that it should when you write the chapters. So all I go and change all of those to chapter. Chris, is there another class after us, or we're going to get cut down like the last time?
I'll check. I don't think so, but I think we're the only class today. Yeah, we're good.
Good. All right. So I changed all the chapter, and now you go here and you should see all your chapters showing up. And like I said, what I do normally is I take all of it, I copy everything, and again, I make a new document, and I bring everything. So I take the typewriter off, and I put everything here. So let's see exactly. And then, is it going to give me a title? Yep. And to make sure that I remember what it is here, it's my outline. So I remove the title, I put down, and I put outline. So this way I know where it is at all time. So we go back in my outline, and what I'm doing is I'm going to take everything off but chapter 1, because I don't want it to go all over the place. And I'm going to create chapter 1. And we still have everything in French, caractère, write everything in French. Now, one thing that we find out is this little one here, after chapter 1 ... you can put this right here, right after chapter 1 ... you put write our output in French, and hopefully it's going to work and give me my outbeats in French, my beats. So we have everything here. So let's see if it's going to generate in French. And I'm going to show you something else too that I like to use, that Nicole taught us. And now when I do write a story, I go to story, not story engine, but ChatGPT. And I tell ChatGPT with my outline that I got here. I'm asking him what method is the best to write that story. Now, I'm not sure if he's going to do it in French, but I will ask.
Manon, how did you get this little box that says output in français?
I got it's obviously I cannot show it to you. It's this here AIPRM that I bought on the side, which I attached to ChatGPT. And what that do, when I'm finished with this, I'm going to show you what that do. It's giving me a bunch of prompts that I can use very, very quickly. And that give me all these things. I can change the language, the tone, and the writing style. And the rest there. I also have my own profile that I can use when I'm writing the book I write, because I write a lot of nonfiction books on meditation and Alzheimer and all these things. So, and that's little AIRPRM for ChatGPT that I use.
That looks great.
Yeah.
Is it very expensive?
I don't remember. It's been, I think it's 6 months since I got it. It was cheaper to get that than get the full ChatGPT 4. But at some point, I needed to have more words to bring in because I use it very intensely. So I did subscribe to ChatGPT to get the full version of ChatGPT. But I really like these part here.
Looks very useful. I like it too.
So, quelle méthode je pourrais utiliser pour écrire cette histoire? On va essayer avec l'histoire, sinon aventure. Ça, c'est la méthode que Nicole a parlé. That's the method that Nicole was talking about. Those are different way of writing a story. So the snowflakes method is giving me the same one for in French, or you can use the structure of 3 times, the heroes traveling, les cartes d'écrire. So basically using index card, free writing. So those are, you give me a lot more than when I ask in English. But I like this part here, la méthode du flocon de neige. C'est une méthode que j'utilise beaucoup quand j'écris des livres ou des histoires d'aventure. So I'm highlighting that, and it's giving the Sudowrite a way to write in a way that it does avoid those, those enfiloupette that we have, that the story repeat itself 2 or 3 times because the beats are different, that they repeat part of the story 2 or 3 times. So what I'm doing here is I'm going to put down here that I want Sudowrite to use the snowflake method, but I tell it in French. And see, he gave me my beats in French. So putting the little thing here inside our chapter, right after the chapter 1 ... write everything in French, he finally gave me the beats in French. So sometimes it's just to know where to put that little magic sentence. So I want this to do that, and I also want to get everything to be written in French. So let's get my little sentence again. Right, I'll put in French. And we're going to verify our beats. So we have our la méthode and write all output in French. I wonder if sometimes I put écrit tout en français, sometimes it does it, sometimes it doesn't. But we have our beats. So the important one to check, I'm going to take that off, is the last one. The few last one normally are sometimes beats on their own. So veillez à ce que les actions et les mouvements des personnages suivent une séquence logique dans le temps. See, this one here is not a beat. It's a header. So I take the header, I can keep it or I can take it off, but I will put it up here because that's what it generates. We're probably going to go and follow our thing here. So it says, veuillez à ce que les actions et les mouvements des personnages suivent une séquence logique, which I really want because I really hate when it's not logic in the story when they give it to us. Pour éviter les boucles. So les fameuses boucles that he gave us, he's telling right there in the beats in the story in the header to not do that, and to not do similar action or conflict twice, basically. Next, décrire le cadre dans lequel il est présent là, mettre les renommées de Léonard. And these boxes I cannot get bigger. Profiter de ce confort, montrer que Léonard. Do you see any kind of repetition in the beats? Terminer le chapitre en laissant l'entendre. Seems pretty good. They are short, but he should give us a pretty good little story. So let's see if we can get it to give us best prose these days. Give me very good stories. Which one do you guys prefer when you do generate your prose? Jane?
Most accurate.
Most accurate?
Yeah, I like most accurate.
I actually use, I'm finding I'm using fastest a lot more because I'm looking for more dialogue.
Oh,
Yep. We all having our way of using the generation things. I like that.
Yeah. No, you're right. I like to do all of them. That's why I have no words left.
These days, I love the kick bashing. I use the most accurate and the best prose, and I kick bash a lot.
yeah, same.
So here is comfortable in this place. Ah oui, je me souviens de ces expéditions. Nous étions en plein cœur de la jungle, suivant les traces. So he's telling stories about it. Let's continue. Everything is in French, so that's good. Étant seul bien placé, mise en fuite, tout en se dirigeant vers la salle à manger, Léonard songea à d'être tranquille, actuellement portant. Léonard prit place à la table dressée, atteindre déjà les convives, les pièces avec légalement écorchées, les boiseries. Bon appétit, lança-t-il. Un potager de légumes. Léonard écoutait d'une oreille distraite, observant ses invités par-dessus son verre de vin. So he's having people, he's talking, chatting. Allons, allons, je suis bien ici, répond un sourire bienveillant. J'ai largement mérité de me reposer. So they're chatting about going back to the adventure. But he says, nah, I'm happy here. But he feels something is asking him to go to the adventure, to see new horizon. They finish the meal. Raconte-nous encore une fois la fabuleuse aventure, Léonard, où es-tu allé la dernière fois? So instead they ask him to tell the story of his last adventure. So he smile and decide to talk about it. Imaginez un passage dans la jungle luxuriant, végétation est si dense que l'obscurité, le ciel. We have a pretty good story with best prose right now. Grâce à mon courage et à mon intelligence, j'ai réussi à découvrir une fabuleux trésor enfoui sous les temples et en ruine. Oui, Léonard était bien un explorateur légendaire. Pourtant, une nouvelle quête l'appelait déjà, insufflant en lui l'irrésistible envie de partir à l'aventure. Plus tard dans la soirée, après le départ de ses invités, Léonard se retrouva enfin seul, s'installa confortablement dans son fauteuil préféré auprès de la cheminée crépitante. Un verre de vin à la main, les flammes dansaient. Léonard attrape un livre posé sur la table basse, l'ouvrit au hasard. C'était le journal de son dernier périple. Il était fier du chemin parcouru. Pour l'instant, Léonard savourait le confort retrouvé. Léonard enferma le livre, posa délicatement sur la table. Il repensa à la réception. Il avait eu plus tôt dans la soirée. Pendant des heures, il avait capté le récit de traverser la jungle impénétrable. Léonard acquiesça d'un sourire en renvoyant leur visage émerveillé. Il était leur héros, l'explorateur légendaire, le courage et l'intelligence hors norme. Cette réputation était un goût amer. Elle le comblait, mais l'enchaînait aussi à son passé. Léonard se sentit l'explication familière de départ prendre en lui. Voilà la suite de la scène. These days, I'm not the only one. It's doing it in French too. Do you see that? That these days is telling you here the follow-up of that scene.
Yes, yes, I see that.
Many times last night, I generate over 10,000 words, and I got 4 times that at the start of my prose. Here's the follow-up of that scene. Hero, keep bashing. Yep. All right, so we have a pretty good chapter 1. I'm not going to go to keep bashing, but I want to go in the middle and the end. So we're going to get only chapter we have. We have to go back into our outline. And we need the middle. So we have 24. So let's get chapter 7. So Act 2, chapter 7. And I'm going to bring that into my outline. English. Doesn't want that in English. I'm going to bring this. Make sure it keeps that. So we're going to ask for chapter 7. Oh, you think it's a chapter 2. Okay. I'm going to work with it as chapter 2. And I'm going to ask to generate what's supposed to be chapter 7. So décrire le voyage en mer de l'équipe en mettant l'accueil, a pretty good amount of just 300 and something. So it gave us découvrir le voyage, introduire le vieil homme. So during they are on the travel, they're going to find the old man. I wonder who's going to put that old man into that story. They are on the sea. They find him sur le pont du navire, observant l'horizon avec sa sagesse, montrer comment le vieil homme s'approche de l'équipe, attirant leur attention avec son regard perçant et sa voix calme. I'm not sure what is going to be here. That seems to be, it might be a little bit of entourloupette going on here. Découvrir comment ce vieil homme partageait ses connaissances. They will talk about him a lot. Découvrez les expressions de surprise déverlant sur le visage des membres de l'équipe alors qu'ils observent les paroles du mentor. Montrer comment le vieil homme encourage l'équipe à rester unie et à faire preuve de prudence et d'exploration sur l'île. So here there seems to be, I wonder who's going to work this out. They ask him question. He's answering with sagesse. Those are going to be very short prose. But I'm going to go get my 2 starter, that snowflake method. I'm going to bring it here. Because this method is what stopped it from doing those entourloupettes. Supposed to read everything and make sense of it and not write back and forth, back and forth. So do you see anything that you like to be changed or that we should add something to the story? No? So let's go and generate our best prose again. See what it's going to give us. And I'm going to pause to make sure that things make sense. So Léonard se tenait sur le pont du navire, le vent marin soufflant, fouettant ses cheveux grisonnants. L'île profilait à l'horizon. Regardez, nous y sommes presque, exclama Émilie. Oui, l'aventure nous attend. Soudain, une voix calme s'éleva derrière eux. Jeunes gens, soyez prudents dans votre quête. Léonard se retournèrent surpris. Un vieil homme se tenait là, appuyé sur un bâton noueux. Oh, so he just appeared on the deck. Qui êtes-vous? Demanda Émilie. Le vieil homme, au sourire bienveillant, je suis un ami qui souhaite vous mettre en garde. Cette île recèle de nombreux dangers. Léonard l'observa attentivement. Dites-nous que vous savez, que savez-vous de cette île? Le vieil homme hocha lentement la tête. J'ai entendu des rumeurs, des légendes. On dit que d'étranges créatures y vivent. He's strange too, because he just show up on top of the bridge. Émilie frissonna, Léonard posa la main rassurant sur son épaule. Nous ferons preuve de prudence, affirma-t-il. Celui-ci approuva d'un signe de tête. Restez unis, faites-vous confiance, avec courage et sagesse, vous parviendrez à percer le mystère de cette île. Ils s'éloignaient ensuite tranquillement. Léonard et Émilie échangèrent un regard, une fois excités et inquiets par l'idée des épreuves et de l'aventure. OK. He did a twist there. The men just appear from the magic island. There's a magic man appearing on the deck too. So Léonard bon, regardez, s'exclama Émilie, on dirait qu'il y a une forêt très dense au centre. Oui, et des falaises abruptes sur les côtes ouest. Théophile fonça les yeux. Ça a l'air dangereux, nous devrons rester sur nos gardes. Aurore hocha la tête, je me demande quelle plante rare. Soudain, Léonard repéra une silhouette familière près du mât. Le vieil homme! Venez, nous allons remercier pour ses conseils. Mais alors qu'ils s'approchèrent, l'étrange personnage avait disparu. So that man is on and off. Oui, où elle est passée? Léonard caressa pensivement sa barbe. C'est un homme plein de mystères, mais je suis certain que nous le reverrons bientôt. So another mystery. The old man shows up, speak, move, disappear.
Are they on a boat? Because
Yeah.
How did he has he been on this boat the whole time or what?
That's what it says at the start. They were on the bridge, and out of nowhere, the men appear on the boat. So they're
Okay.
surprised because they says, where is he from? But the man is very mysterious. He just say a couple of things, then you look at the island, everybody look at the island. When they turn around, he's not there. Then he speak again once, and he's beside the big mast of the boat, says something again, and then when they turn, he's gone again. And here again, voici la scène. Now they put their foot on the ground. Here they finally, and the old men show up again. So it says, l'homme réapparut soudainement devant eux. So the man is just like an apparition. Mes amis, avant que nous faisions enfoncer dans la profondeur de cette île, écoutez bien mes conseils. So the man is there to give them good words, or yeah. Cette île recèle de nombreux dangers. Les bêtes féroces rôdent dans les bois, les chauves aux crocs acérés, des serpents venimeux cachés sous les feuilles. So he's telling them to be very careful because there's a lot going on the island. There's one that fly. On l'appelle celle qui voit tout. So the one who fly apparently see everything. Oh, and son regard pétrifie les imprudents. So the one who fly, it's very dangerous because they get petrified if they look at it. Heureusement, j'ai ceci pour vous. Le vieil homme tendit à l'erronneur un pendentif orné d'une plume multicolore. So he gave them a talisman to save them from the flying beast, which can turn them into petrified wood or whatever it is, and make sure that they stay together. Nous vous remercions infiniment pour vos sages paroles. So they say thank you. They're very happy what they say. The old man incline la tête. Que la prudence, le courage soit vos compagnons. A bit like, look, may the force be with you. Puis il s'éloigna, laissant l'équipe contempler sentiers serpentant la jungle. En avant, mes amis, s'écria Amélie, l'aventure nous attend. Fort des enseignements des mentors, et s'enfonça courageusement dans les arbres. L'équipe progressait prudemment à travers la jungle luxuriante. We lost someone. Someone left. Take care, Mar. Bye. All right. We're going to keep recording.
Woke up this morning, the sky was gray. Another storm, another endless day. Thought I was drowning in the deep, but something in me refused to sleep. Every tear, every fear made me stronger, brought me here. I'm rising up, can't hold me down. Breaking through, I'm battleground. The road is tough, but I won't bend. I'll stand tall until the end. Mountains high and valleys low. Every turn, a path I didn't know. Lost my way, but found my stride. With every setback, I grew inside. Every scar, every pain built the warrior in my veins. In my veins, I'm rising up, can't hold me down. Breaking through, I'm battle bound. The road is tough, but I won't bend. I'll stand tall until the end. Mountains darkest and it feels like all is lost. Remember why you started, push through, no matter the cost. I'm rising up, can't hold me down. Breaking through, I'm battle bound. The road is tough, but I won't bend. I'll stand tall until the end. When the night is darkest and it feels like all is lost, remember why you started, push through no matter the cost.